Hi there. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. It's Sunday, so I am on live. I don't know if anybody's going to be here because this Super Bowl game is amazing. Every time I go back to see something, the other team's ahead. So I don't know who's going to win, but boy, they're both great. And I love it that there's brothers playing against each other. Their parents are there, so proud of both their boys. It's just a wonderful, wonderful time. Hey, Karen, it might just, oh, I see 5 people. Hi, Jean. I am in shock because of the Super Bowl. I didn't think that anybody would be here, but you are true crafters, I can tell. Hey, Roseanne, how are you? We're going to start in 1 minute. As you know, I've had a whirlwind few days. Actually a few weeks. We started celebrating just before Ken's birthday, and we celebrated through my birthday, and then we went to Idaho. Hey, Eva. And holy cow, it's been crazy and fun and wonderful. We're so blessed. So now I'm home, getting back to reality, as Ken and I said as we sat in the airport last night. Hi, Donna. And but part of my reality is these lives, and I love every minute of it. Hi, Irene, welcome. Okay, ladies, we are going to learn some techniques today, or maybe you already know them. One of them is fairly new. You may have seen it if you watch a lot of demonstrators online. You may not have seen it yet, and if you haven't, I hope to teach you. Hi, Debbie. This technique, I have taught a lot of my customers already. I've explained it. Hi, Giselle. And so we're going to do this today. I couldn't wait to get the set. So the set, if you have your mini, is on page 63. And I'm going to set the mini behind me right now. And then when we get started with that part of the live, I will go back to that page and explain a few things. So welcome everybody, glad to see you, and let me turn you down and let's get our housekeeping done. All righty. Here we are, time to sprinkle. Hi, Mary Jo. I can't believe you're away from that game. It's such a good game. Hard to tear ourselves away, isn't it? Hey, Barbara, welcome back. Pinky says hello and thanks for sprinkling, and thanks for watching us on our ventures this past few days in Idaho. It was a blast. I can't wait to travel again. That was a lot of fun, seeing a place I had never seen before. It's beautiful. And I hear from my friend that lives there, Deborah, and Blythe, that they call it Bourgeois. I always forget how they pronounce it. So it's a fun place. All right, we're going to start off by seeing who won this card. You're in your recliner. Hi, Mary. Well, you relax, and if you stay awake, great. If not, you can see it tomorrow, Mary Jo. Yes, it's a good game, Mary. It must be over. I don't know, but we're going to get started with this live. So here's the card I made last time I was live, still using the Queen Bee set. I've had more and more people tell me that they want this set now, or that they've ordered it, or they're going to order it now that they've seen a few of my samples. And so I'm really happy with that. I know you're going to love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful set. Once you have it in your hot little hands, you can really create some beautiful things with it. So the winner of this card is Viola Allen. Yay, Viola. Viola doesn't live far from me, so maybe I'll walk this over to her tomorrow. I'm going to start, well, I started walking before I went on my little vacation, but I'm going to try to do that every day if I can. Okay, so here is my personal information. If you're new here, my name, Beverlee Morales. Where I live is Tracy, California. Born and raised. How about that? And then here is my February host code. If you choose to order from me, you can go online or contact me and I can order for you. But if you want to go to my online store and your order is under, hi Patty, $150, please use the host code. If you forget, no worries at all. I can add it later. But if you remember or see how to do that, that's wonderful. There it is for this month. And I have not, the prize of the month has not been picked yet, but there will be a prize. So if you order from me, your name will randomly be put into the spin of the wheel. And if you win, you will win the prize that I choose. I also have a YouTube channel. Hey, Carol. And it's just my name plus Stampin' Up. And if you have someone that does not have Facebook and you want to share that with them, please share my YouTube channel with them. My email address is mofun44@icloud.com. That is the fastest way to get a hold of me or text and with your questions, concerns, or comments. Loved our trip. Yes, we had so much fun, Patty. We did mention you, and I cannot wait till we all have time together like the good old days again sometime soon, hopefully. All right. Did you guys notice this stamp set on page 63? It's called Brushed Bouquet, and there is a bundle. It has coordinating dies. And this, hi, Kathy. This bundle, I'm always honest with you. I kind of just went over this bundle. Very pretty, but I have a lot of flowers. Do I need another bundle of flowers? And yes, I do need this set. I'm so glad that I saw this new technique. By the way, I have to give the credit for this brainstorm brilliant idea to Janet Wakeland. Janet has been a demonstrator. Hi, Diane. Probably as long as me or longer. And by the way, I have an anniversary coming up. My 28th year starts in March, so really, really soon. Hi, honey. My daughter's on. So anyway, thanks to her, I got to go on my trip and have a blast, and my mom and my grandson were very well taken care of by Allison. We had not one worry because we knew that she was here with them, and she has the skills, the wills, and the will and the heart to just do everything they need. So thank you, Kathy. So this bundle, it's really special. I want you to look at it if you have, maybe not now, maybe your catalog's not close to you, but it's on page 63. I want you to take a close look. Oh, congratulations, Patty. Look at these dies. It's all about the dies tonight. I'm not used to using my dies as the main focal point, the main images. So this really, really is something I love. So that's the page it's on. And then I did use, let's see here, page 53. This is a bundle too. I don't have the stamp set, but I did get the Happy Labels punch. And I really like how it makes these labels. And now I'm thinking maybe I should get the stamp set because they fit on there perfectly, right? So, I don't know why we say, oh, I'll just get the dies. Oh, I'll just get the stamp set. And then later on, we need them both, and we could have saved 10% by getting the bundle, right? Hey, Roz. Welcome, everybody. So excited that you're here. One more thing I want to show you before I get started on tonight's project. Deborah and I sat in her adorable, adorable home, and we made this wreath in her stamp room, and Blythe was with us. I went live for a little while, so but we didn't actually make them live, but we got them done, and I am going to invite anybody that wants to come over on the 25th and make another one with me to bring their kit. All you have to do is order the kit and bring it, and we can make them together. I will have the hot glue gun here, and everything else is in the kit, so there's nothing added that you need to bring. Very, very fun, very, very cute. All right, so here is the Brushed Bouquet bundle. I haven't had time to label it. Mine is new, but the item number is 160472. That's on the stamp set. And 160473 is the dies. But look in the catalog for the bundle number if you want them both. I'm also going to use some of our white, what's it called? Crinkled seam binding. I wanted to coordinate my ribbon with the colors that I used, and I used a lot of colors on this card. So I took my white so I could dye it with my blends. So I used, I just picked a light old olive. I just picked a green, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Then I also used this Basics 3D embossing folders. Now this is the first time Stampin' Up! Has had 3 folders as one set. So when you place an order for this set, 161598, you will receive all of these folders. Here is the polka dots. I just love them. Yes, Allison is the best. Diane, thank you for recognizing. And I think I saw a comment from Debbie too. She is simply the best. And then there is a floral folder, 5-point flower. And then this one has a little hashtaggy kind of scratch marks in it. I don't know what we would call that, but this is the one I used tonight, so you'll see that image too. Hi, Karen. I already did the dry embossing with the folders just to save an ounce of time, because with these new techniques, things might take a while. I used a whole bunch of colors, and I'm going to give you a little hint on how I'm using this set. But and you can use any floral colors you want, whatever favorite color you like for your flowers. But I used Daffodil Delight, Highland Heather. For the leaves, I used both Evening Evergreen and Pear Pizzazz. And then I grabbed a pink. I grabbed pink, polished pink. And I grabbed Sweet Sorbet. Somebody loves all the folders. It's going by so fast I couldn't see who said that. But yes, I do too. All the folders are really, really nice. So there's a rainbow of color that I used. Hi, Deborah. And also I used the black memento just for the sentiment. And I'm using the new adhesive back Milky Dots. That number is 160582. Now I noticed that Deborah opened her embellishments like this. So snip off the top, put the little flap over, and then pull out as you will, not all the way, and then it's very easy to put back in the pack. So I thought I'd share that with you. So many colors, I know, but you don't have to use all those. I'm just showing you that, because it's floral, I chose to use a whole bunch, and I'm going to try to give you an easy way to get all this color in here. Here is the punch. Already gave you that information and where it is in the catalog. And let me show you the card. Now look at all those embossed flowers and leaves, but they're not really embossed. We are going to ink up the dies in this bundle. And when you ink up the dies and put them onto white cardstock or color on color, you're going to get this embossed look. And you didn't even stamp it, you just put ink on your dies and ran it through the cut and emboss machine. And then look at this ribbon. I'm going to show you how to get the little curly cues too. It's so cool. I love it. Look at the background. That's from the folder there. And then I am also going to be working for the next few lives with this set. It's the new one that I could just get that you can order in March, Irresistible Blooms. I love this font. So I use that for the little sentiment on the front of this card. And I think because there's just so many flowers that these look really, really good together. My little technique with my linen thread is in there once again. There's the gems I talked about. And this is on the little banner punched out from the punch. Okay? This is from the Irresistible Blooms dies. So there's a lot going on, right? I also did the inside. Thank you, Roz. So I taught this technique while I was in Idaho. I mean, I didn't teach it. I talked about it because my stamps were at home, but everybody is loving this so far. Okay, so my card base is Evening Evergreen, cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and we will need your bone folder to make your nice, to burnish your nice seam there. Okay. Then I took a 4 by 4 piece of basic white cardstock and I ran it through the folder. I did that in advance for you. There. And then I forgot that I wanted to add, let me get another piece here, some Evening Evergreen cardstock behind that white, even though it's color on color. So I'm going to cut at 4 1/4 as if I was cutting a card base, just so I will have a card base left over from the piece I had, left over, so it's complete if I want to make a card. Then I'm going to slide it over to 4, cut it down. I just made a mistake. Okay. Then I'm going to, this one's 4, so I have to cut it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go to 4 1/8 and cut it down. And then 4 1/8. Let's do 4 1/16. I think I did 4 1/16. Let me see. Yeah, I did 4 1/16. So you barely see it there, but it still makes a difference. I couldn't believe how that made a difference. I was really surprised. Okay, so 4 by 4 and 4 1/16 by 4 1/16. And we can put that down with our liquid glue right away. Love the texture of that folder. Yes, it's really nice, really nice. It reminds me of the subtle folder that not the look, but how subtle it is. So I can use it on pretty much any card. There's certain folders that are bold or busy or a pattern that you can only use it on certain things, and this one is not that way. It's going to go with everything. Okay. And then, yes, it's color on color, but I can put this down here on the card. So the other thing I'm using on this card is our adhesive sheets, because if you noticed on the card, I used the die from the Irresistible Blooms, and it's got some thin pieces to it, so I used white cardstock again, but I put the adhesive sheets behind this piece. See how you can see it's a vanilla color and the paper is white? So you just cut a piece of cardstock the size you want or need, and cut the same size of your sheets, peel off one of the backings, it's double adhesive, and stick them to each other. And then you will have a piece with adhesive on the back. So I'm going to run this, turn around and run this through my cut and emboss machine. So I have this piece ready. Okay, I had to run it through, up, and back again because this end didn't cut, so that's what took me so long. These pieces pop out very easily, and It's just a super attractive die. Uh-oh, I didn't see something. I was not. I'll look later. So I'm just going to punch out these little pieces here in this die, and I love this die so much. Hi, Viola, did you just get on? I want to let you know I'm not looking at the camera because I'm trying to get these poked out. They have the adhesive sheets behind it, so it went through 2 pieces of paper, and so that the little tiny ones here are taking a little bit more effort, but not a lot of effort to get out. Okay, so this piece is ready, and it has the adhesive on the back, but I'm not using it yet, so I'm just setting it aside. Then I have another piece, same exact, but it does not have any adhesive on the side, because I want to show you, on the back side, I want to show you that if you don't have the adhesive sheets yet, you can still use that die. Okay, so I'm going to put that back. Now you're going to need scrap cardstock. And I'm going to put a whole sheet, not a whole sheet, but just like a card base, 4 1/4 by 11, on my machine and have it ready for me when I get ready to cut out the flowers. But I want to show you the technique right now. Hi, Cindy. Okay, so in the brushed bouquet set, there are these detailed dies. And that's what you need to do this technique, is you need a detailed or a wide die that has some type of design in it. So here are the leaves and here are the flowers. Now a little trick that I thought of was take a blending brush. Let me see, I want my purple one. I think that's the only one I did. I'm going to open up my Highland Heather ink pad. There's one more rose. And I'm going to open up my Pear Pizzazz ink pad for my leaves. So I have a whole, like a card base on my die cut machine, right? I'm going to take one of my blending brushes. You can also use your daubers, and you pounce onto the die. And you don't have to rush because you're putting ink on metal, so it doesn't dry quickly. So I'm just going to pounce ink. Now I want you to remember to pounce, because if you rub, remember these cut. These are, they don't cut your fingers or your hands or your skin, but they cut paper in the machine, right? So if you would rub your daubers or your blending brushes across, you might wear out your brushes. So that's why we pounce. And I am doing all the same color, even though I told you guys that I used a bunch of colors, because I did this already. So I found that if I, with the other colors, I did this already with the other colors. If I did everything in one color and then everything in another color, that I got them all done really quickly. So now I am going to make some space, bring over my machine so you can see what I'm doing. I know I'm very visual, and so you might be as well. So I'm just taking these inked up dies and setting them on the cardstock that's on my machine. Okay, and then I got to get the other acrylic and run it through. taking my dies off so I don't lose them. And look at the magic. Look at the magic of all these flowers. And do they not look embossed because of the white cardstock? Or even in color, even with color on color, it looks great. So maybe a gorgeous grape paper and then the Highland Heather ink, and you have flowers that look like they were embossed with white embossing powder, but they were not. They simply were the technique I just showed you. So when I'm using all of these colors, I do the yellow first. This is what I did. Then I did the lightest color first. I did the pink second. I did the sweet sorbet third, and then I saved the Highland Heather to show you tonight what I was doing. But I didn't clean them off in between, because going light to dark, the darker ones will take over, and they didn't muddle each other either. So I was really, really happy with that. So now here's the leaves, and I'm going to take the green, and I love, hi Mary, I love that you don't have to rush. You know, we think, oh gosh, I've did all these flowers, they're going to be dry by the time I get to my machine. No, they don't. They're not. So no rush, no need to rush. I'm going to close my 2 stamp pads and bring my machine back. Turn my die over onto the paper. Get my second acrylic and run them through. I'll just run it back so I can grab them here in front of you. And there are the leaves. And I just love how on these specific dies, I have not needed a pokey tool. They just drop right out on their own. Okay, so I am going to put all of these with all of these. So see what I did? Here is the polished pink, and then the sweet sorbet is just a little tad darker. Here is the evening evergreen leaves, and the Daffodil Delight leaves, and the flowers, and the Highland Heather flowers. So they're all in my little tray, my embossing tray, ready for me to use on my card. So here's what we're looking at again. You're so welcome. I'm glad you like it, Kathy. Okay, so let's put this down first. So we have a base to build our little bouquet on. And I just got home last night. So I planned to have a design done before I left for Idaho, but that didn't work. Thank you, Viola. And so I did it this morning, and the set was very easy to work with. I was so happy about that. Now here is the die with the adhesive sheet behind it, and I got a little worried this morning about pulling the backing off. Do I need take your pick tool? And all I did was bring my finger across the top, and this came off right away like it's doing now. And I hold it and pull, and then the others will come too. So I'm going to grab my finger and pull back, and see I hope you can see, it's just pulling off very easily, just to get it started. I thought that I might have a problem getting it started. So there's those 4. Now I'm going to do it one more time. Pulling my finger, see how it just separates? Camera's in my way, so there we go. See how it just separated? Now I can just grab the whole image and pull back and pull this off. Now, what did I get twisted here? I got something twisted. Okay, let me just pull all of these off. Okay. Then I'm going to turn this over. It's sticky because it's got the adhesive sheets on it. So I'm going to bring it down here and just press. Get them where you want them and just press. And then I'm going to turn it over and take my regular snips, not your ribbon, and cut off the excess. You love the adhesive sheets? Yes. So basically, if you're new, what are adhesive sheets? It's a sheet of double protected on both sides with the peel back paper, and you can make any of your images into stickers. Basically, that's a great way to say it. Okay, so now this is just the backing of the adhesive sheet, so I'm going to throw that away. So now I took a small piece, where did it go? Here it is. And this is a 1/2 inch strip of scrap paper. And I am going to go into the punch. And I liked all the scallops there, so I put this into the punch. Turn it over. No, it's not locked. Why didn't I see where it's at there? There we go. Something was hanging me up, and I couldn't see the paper through there. So now it's there. So punch. And then I'm going to stamp, I think. I will stamp so I can get it in the middle. My stamp is, I like you. Isn't that cute? Now, I don't want to get any halos. So I'm turning my stamp upside down to look at me. And now I can check. I don't see any halos. The halos is ink around the edges of the rubber. And I'm going to put that down onto the banner and press and hold. The reason I'm pressing and holding is because I want this to be as dark as possible. And I didn't use the Stamparatus, so I can't go back and do it again. So that's really dark because I had the patience to hold it there a minute and let the ink soak in. Now I will cut this down and stick it back into the punch. Turn it over. Make sure that I'm seeing it through the holes there. There it is. And so I will punch. And then bring it back out. And I have this cute little tag with the scallops on both ends. And that can go right here with just glue. Hi, Pam. Welcome. Okay, let's get this down. Now, I used this stamp on the other card before I embossed, and I didn't do that on this card because I forgot. So it's going to be bumpy, but I'm going to try it anyway because I kind of want a stem there. But if it doesn't look good, then I can cover it up pretty much. So you want to, if you're going to stamp an image, you want to stamp that prior to using the embossing folder. Ah, it looks fine. Lucked out, Bev. My lucky day. Okay. So this is in the brushed bouquet stamp set as well. So I'm not using any of the stamps from the Irresistible Blooms. I was just using the dies, just so you're not confused on that point. Okay, so let's grab my tray. And I'm going to take the largest flower and some dimensionals, probably 3, and set that right above the stamped stem, just like that. Now I can build. On this card, I used all of the lighter colors, and then I was thinking when I was having dinner, ooh, I think a mixture of leaves would be pretty, just so for a more variegated look. So you can start since you've cut out so many, because I've taught you to do that right, cut out a bunch of yellow, cut out a bunch of red and pink, you can just go into your tray and grab the flowers that you think would build a pretty bouquet and start setting them where you like them, in the colors that you like them. Now that's a great big one, so I'm not going to use that one on this part. Let's see, I think I want this one. Okay, and then I want some smaller leaves as well. Thanks for sharing, Pam. And another big leaf here. Okay. I think I want this dimensional to go a little bit lower so I can push that yellow flower down a bit. Okay, so now I know what I'm doing here building. Are you ready for the ribbon technique? Here is the white seam binding. And I'm using a light old olive. Thank you for sprinkling, Diane. I appreciate that. And I am just going to put color onto the ribbon because I want green ribbon. And you can choose Evening Evergreen, since there's Evening Evergreen leaves on the card, or Pear Pizzazz, or whatever color you wanted, but I'm mixing my greens and I'm using an old olive. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, I'll do a little bit more just so I'm not too short. Okay. Now I take my ribbon scissors, and when I say ribbon scissors, it's just the same snips that are in the catalog, but I put a piece of ribbon on them, and I only use them when I'm cutting ribbon. Okay. All right, now we're going to make a bow. I know, I love the font too, Pam. It's so cute. Love it, love it. Just going to make a regular single bow in this case. Most of the time, you guys know I do double bows. But this one, because it has the little, I call them the Christmas curlies, like when you're have got Christmas ribbon and you just run your scissors and make it curl. That's what this reminds me of. But we don't use our scissors to do it. Just trying to make the loops a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay. So now I am going to take a mini glue dot and I am going to put it at the end of the ribbon. Thank you for sprinkling, dear friends. Thank you, Kathy. And I'm going to turn on my heat tool, let it get hot. And I'm going to take a stylus tool, and because there's a mini glue dot there, I can wrap it around like this, and it's going to stay, right? Then I'm going to take my heat tool, and I am going to just hold, try to get my fingers out of the way because this heat tool gets really hot. Hold it there and turn the stylus tool with the ribbon around it. And heat it up. And the heat is going to make it stay in the curls. It's going to make it into a curl. Let's see. if it's curly yet. It is, but not enough. I want it to be more curly than that. Because, see, my heat tool wasn't on until I turned it on right now. So you need a hot gun to make this stay. Okay. So now I'm just going to take the mini glue dot off. It melts there if you have your heat tool there too long. And snip that off because I don't want it sticky anymore. And I've got a curled piece of ribbon there. Okay, so let's do that again. This one's going to go quicker because my heat tool is hot. Find a mini glue dot here. There's one. Have you guys seen this done before? I had not, and I wanted to curl my ribbon, so I just tried it today, and it worked. So I was super happy. Okay. So, wrap it around, just twirl. You had not seen this before. Well, good, then maybe I just made something up. Okay, remember, keep your fingers out of the way. And then just heat it up. Spin this. You can use a pencil if you don't have a stylus tool. Anything, a paintbrush. Anything, just to put your ribbon around it. Okay, let's see if it's ready. Cut off the end, and we have curly ribbon. This can curl, this should get curled a little bit more up there. I guess I didn't put the heat tool there, but see how perfect this one came out? Just so good. So let me go around here again. I must not have. There's a little bit of sticky right there, so let me wrap this around again. I must not have held the heat gun there at all. Okay. There we go. See that? Perfect. So it's just, if it's like the embossing powder, if you don't hold it in the right spot, it won't melt it. So just go back until you see that it's curled. Got to get this off my finger here. Go back to another mini glue dot. This guy does not want to leave me. Okay, and then I am going to put a mini glue dot on the knot. Come over to my card and put my ribbon down there. Now I like my little loops. I keep saying that I'm not a perfectionist, and I really believe that, but I don't like my loops to be flat, so I mess with my loops. Maybe I'm a ribbon perfectionist, I don't know. But I just stick my scissors in there and push down until my loops get a little fluffier. So isn't that cute to have that curly ribbon like that? All right, so let's get our... Thank you guys for letting me know you like that. Let me get my flowers down. I'm going to put glue at the base and just stick them in. Yay! I'm glad you like that. Let's get this flower down. And this stem, these leaves. And when I was in Idaho, I was telling them how I've been doing it an awful lot. You guys are probably sick of it, but with the thin linen thread, it just makes, you know, just fills everything in with that linen thread. This here, but you don't need it. If you don't like it, that's fine. Or if you don't have the linen thread, that's fine. You can order it and then start doing this later if you like this technique. Now, I wanted my loops bigger. My hands are kind of small, so I spread my fingers apart so I get more, and I went around approximately 5 times. And then pinch in the middle. And they fell in love with it too, and agree with that it adds so much. So we're going to go back to our mini glue dots. These guys, we are using a lot of them, aren't we? And we're putting one down in the middle on one side of the linen, pulling it up, turning the linen over, putting some more on the other side, then rolling it so it's around the whole thing, and then one more so it will stick to our card. And I only put glue at the base of the flower, remember? And that's on purpose. So I can stick this linen thread under there. And then I've got 2 little guys that are sticking up on both ends, and I just manipulate them and pull them until they are just about everywhere and causing some more dimension, and I don't know, I just really like it. Okay, so now let's take all these beautiful gems and take my pick tool, and I'm going to set one there. I'm using different colors. This one's got a tint of the lavender in it here. Thank you, guys. I'm not looking up, so I'm not seeing the comments, but I will answer you later. And there's 4. So what's our little rule? Odd numbers. So let's put one right in this flower, right there. A little bit different than this card, but that's okay. Every time we make a card, it's unique, right? Okay, so now we need the inside of the card. And I promised you that if you did not have the adhesive sheets yet, that I was going to show you a way that you could put this down, and it's not hard. I'm looking for my silicone sheet. Turn the back side looking up at you, and you just squeeze a little bit of glue on the circles, and it'll hold it. It'll work. So if you don't want the adhesive sheets, you don't want to work with those, if you see a wide line, you could put some there too, then this will work. So I wanted to show you that. So you didn't feel like you had to have the adhesive sheets, but they sure make it nice. Okay, so I'm going to grab this. Turn it over and set it down at the bottom of the card. See, that works. Same thing. Cut off the excess. And you're good to go. Hi, Sharon. Okay, so let's grab another flower since they're sitting there all cut out, right? Why not? And we're going to put some glue on this one. And grab a leaf. Look how cute that looks over that. And I think I'll take another color, will I? Yeah, why not? And set it there. That's not the daintiest thing you've ever seen. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, we can put, well, let me stamp it. So I'm going to take, it says, I like you. And then it said, this one says, I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend. And that is so true. So again, I'm going to teach you to turn this looking at you. Take the lid off your Memento. Give it a rub and then a tap. And why are we doing it this way? So we can see if we have any. Do I see my cousin on here? Hi, Tilly. So I can see if I have any halos. I don't think I do. So I'm going to just huff that. I couldn't be happier to have you as a friend. And I am going to hold there pressing with some good pressure because I want it to be as dark as it can be. Hello from Florida, Kathleen. Very nice. All righty. So let's get this in the card. Viola, I don't know if you saw the beginning. I didn't see you at the beginning, but I saw that you did come on. You won the card from my last live. So I will be either walking over or driving over and dropping that off to you tomorrow. Congratulations, young lady. So look at this. This technique is just absolutely crazy to me. It looks embossed with white embossing powder, yet it's not. We didn't even touch the stamps yet, except for the sentiments on the other set. So these are all using dies. All using dies. So if you did not know this before, I'm glad you were here today. And if you did know, it's just a reminder. And this is a set that works perfect with that technique. I love the curly ribbon. I'm going to fix my little bow right there. I don't like the top too much. But I love that curly ribbon. And it stays. It doesn't cool off and then get straight. It stays. All right. No questions? Hi, Lori. Any questions? Nope. All right. You guys have a nice evening. There's the inside. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.